so much research to say that it is interfering with our mental health. It's giving us, And I'm going to be chatting to you today about 5 ways you can work from home, or you can make working from home. Hi everyone, I'm Raquel and I'm an all-female personal trainer and nutrition coach, and I'm jumping on YouTube today to talk to you about 5 ways you can make working from home a lot better. So right now, obviously this time is very uncomfortable and very different than what we've been used to. So I thought it'd be a great time to jump on here and talk to you about some ideas and some productive ways and mental health hacks to hopefully make working from home a lot easier. So no messing around today. Tip number 1 is have regular wake and sleep times. Sleep is highly underrated, okay? Sleep is directly linked to life expectancy. So you're gonna have a shorter lifespan if you don't get enough sleep and you're chronically in sleep debt, okay? I'll link down below an awesome podcast to listen to by Joe Rogan and Matthew Walker. It's on sleep, and he is I think he's a neuroscientist. Doesn't matter. He's a neuro dude on sleep and he's amazing. You can have a look at his professional deets in the description on Joe Rogan's podcast, but he's awesome and he can go through the whole thing with you when you listen to it. So sleep helps us store memories, long and short term, improves our performance, helps with recovery, is so important for hormone regulation and mood regulation too, and also our mental health. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you will feel, if your sleep is inconsistent, you're definitely going to have a different emotional or mental perception as well, okay, and ability to handle problems and problem solve and all that type of stuff, okay. My recommendation is to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. Yes, that is right, every single night sleep. Make sure you are in a fully dark room so your body knows that it is sleep time, and definitely take off technology about an hour before. Everyone's a little different, but about an hour before, dim lights, turn things off with technology that you're looking at, especially things that are in close proximity, like your phone potentially. Turn that shit off, okay? Unwind, because that light technology interferes with your melatonin, and melatonin is what helps us fall asleep. Social media is consuming and it's definitely impacting our mental health, and obviously there is so much research to say that it is, and it's true, it is happening. So this is why I personally log out of my my social media accounts every Sunday night, sometimes Saturday night, every Saturday or Sunday day, and I have a full day without any access to social media. It gives me great relief and just allows me to have some space, because often the clutter that comes in and other people's energy from social media, or what they're doing, or you're not doing enough, can come into your mind, and it just makes you feel really inadequate. And that's personally how I feel, and if you're feeling like that, so I would highly recommend to switch off, get rid of it. The other thing is you can turn your phone off or turn your data off when you're during working hours. So I turn my data off during my working admin hours, because it allows me just to not be getting constant messages and notifications and kind of procrastinating, looking at and scrolling. It allows me to have that space. So I don't want to be scrolling during work. I don't want to be receiving notifications and just being distracted. So turn your phone off. Tip number 3 is set daily targets or goals. So every night before I go to bed, I write down a list of everything that I want to achieve, or things that I need to do in the day in advance. So when I go to bed, at least I've got all the mental clog out, because therefore I don't have to be thinking about it and ticking over it while I'm wanting to sleep. I have a few clients who have a lot of mental junk, and for them to declutter that mind is really hard. So a perfect exercise is literally just to write out what you need to do in the day ahead, or what you're thinking about, no matter how random or weird it is, just put it down to paper. Personally, I find that works for me amazingly. Also, it's not a journal, so you don't need to journal anything. You don't need to get emotionally attached to anything on the page. It's more just, I need to do X, Y, Z. Also, so let's say you write 10 tasks or 10 things that you need to do in the day ahead, and you only achieve 5. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that we're in isolation at the moment. It is what it is. If you can achieve 5 out of 10, that's still good. If you can achieve 8 out of 10, of course it's going to be better. But if you've got 5 things that you often find come up on your list that you're struggling to achieve, you might want to break down those tasks even more to get to the bigger outcome, because it might be something that you're subconsciously not aware of. So yeah, that is my tip number 3. Tip number 4 is keep exercise simple. So for us gym junkies and gym fanatics and gym people in general, we have been forced to adapt so quickly with the things that we have at home. If you're struggling to have if you don't have any equipment, you're bound to what you have at home, and that's totally fine. It's very easy to do stuff. You just have to have someone look over potentially your training program. So tip number 1 is either get a coach, get someone who can program for you and objectively see the things that you can use in your house so you can still get a good workout in or still attain results. If you think that it's impossible to achieve anything during this time, then I pray for you. That's not what I want to say. Then you just need to find someone who can support you and just like get some advice, get some good advice. You know, I can help you out if you need anything, so please let me know. But otherwise, just get a coach who can help you with that if you're struggling and you still want to achieve something. Otherwise, tip number 2 in number 4 is to do exercise in bouts. So either go for a walk in the morning and then in the midday during your work break or before you eat, what am I doing? Before you eat, do 10 push-ups and 10 glute bridges, do 3 sets of that, get your heart rate rising, get a little bit hot, and then eat. Then after you've done your work in the evening, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, whatever time you clock off, do another set of some squats and maybe some shoulder presses if you have the equipment, or some kettlebell swings, or 10, I don't know, hip thrust, glute bridge, again, like whatever. Find an exercise that you can do at home and with the equipment that you've got, and do it. Just do it in bouts. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, don't overcomplicate it. It is a rough time because we have been forced to adapt really quickly, but don't overcomplicate it. Tip number 5 is speak to your friends and your family, because mental health is so important, and there is a lot of research to say that social interaction positively influences our mental health. So please seek interaction in some way, whether it be online or down when you go out in the community and you say hello. Don't lose that human touch. It's very important that we keep that. Don't be afraid of people. We are all in this together right now. If you're struggling with any serious mental health stuff, definitely speak up. Definitely talk to your family. Talk to whoever you can. Don't wait for others to check on you. Sometimes, of course, if you're going through something very, very serious, you're definitely going to want support around you and express that you need support, and you want someone to, see if you're okay every so often. But also, if you want to talk to people, talk to people. It's not that hard. Just say hello. You don't have to have, something grand to talk about. You don't need to talk about coronavirus. You don't need to talk about, anything deep and dark. You can just simply talk about, meditation. Meditate on the phone or on video chat. Do a group class together. Go for a walk together on the phone. I don't know. You can find things to talk about. We're humans. We're curious. We got lots of things to talk about. I think another thing with this is take notice of who checks on you, who interacts with you, who wants to see how you are. I think it can be an interesting time, especially if you're valuing or overvaluing people and people are undervaluing you. Okay, there's a bonus tip 6. I just got lost in thought. Ground yourself with nature. This is probably my favorite one. I realize that so many people don't have a sense of calm now and even before. People are very rushy, busy, don't have time for this, don't have time for that, really impulsive and impatient. Nature is grounding and nature is calming. So if you have the opportunity to spend some time outdoors, if you can make the opportunity and prioritize observing the clouds. Like when you were a kid, you used to look outside, right? Maybe this is just me, but I know me and my other kid friends, when I was a kid, we used to look at the sky and look at the clouds and observe what's in there. It might sound fickle and silly, but that was wonder, that was curiosity, that was us thinking about dreams and our hopes and what we're looking forward to and what's bigger than us. Life is bigger than us, and I think sometimes you can get warped up in your bubble and forget that there is so much life to give and there's so many things that we can learn and achieve. So get outside in nature, you know, don't be careless, be gentle with nature, observe bugs and animals and insects. I think they're so cool. Anyone will tell you that. That is, nature will always connect us together or connect us back to the present moment. Just keep being curious. Get outside, and it's good for your mental health too. Okay, that is all my tips for today. I'm so grateful for you if you got to the end. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, hit the red button, share with your friends if anybody needs this. Working from home doesn't have to be crap, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll be back on here very soon.